Life Upgrade Podcast.
You are now tuned in to this week's episode of our podcast. Today we are going to interview some of the greatest and most influential minds in our field. By sharing our collective expertise, we will show you how to harness, control, and use your own skill set to achieve ultimate success and live the life you want. And now, please welcome your host.
Everyone, welcome to the Life Upgrade Podcast, and today we're talking about building a fulfilling life and a successful business. So this is another business section, an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to improve, an opportunity to grow. So I have a special guest today in studio with me. Her name is Cassandra Rosa. She is a business coach dedicated to helping spiritual entrepreneurs craft a fulfilling life and a thriving business. In her coaching, she empowers clients to clarify their life purpose, tap into their inner confidence, and bring their business dream to life. Cassandra is not only an award-winning speaker, but also author of Now What? Create the clarity to actually learn from her so we can upgrade our life, live a fulfilling life, and build a successful business. We can be happy people. So Cassandra, thank you so much for joining us. I'd just love you to introduce yourself and say hi to the audience before we get started.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be having this conversation with you today. It's really amazing, the power of the internet, that we can be on opposite ends of the world. I'm here in Canada. You're there in Africa, that we're able to collaborate. It's just such a powerful conversation that we're having here today. Like you said, I'm an intuitive business and life coach and energy healer, and I really want to help people to create fulfilling lives and businesses with clarity, with confidence. And I've been in the coaching industry for the past 5 years, and it's just been so much fulfillment that's come from it and so much fun in the process. So I'm excited to talk about it today.
All right, that's awesome. That's great. And that's wonderful. I listened to some of the episodes in your podcast, the Female Entrepreneur podcast, and I was like talking about fulfilling life. What's your idea of fulfillment? Like fulfillment, living a fulfilling life?
Yeah. So when it comes to fulfillment, I think in society, when we think about success, when we think about, achieving our dreams, it really is a big focus on achieving the goals at the end. I call it destination syndrome in business. We get very caught up of achieving the results, getting the goals, and achieving that destination. But often we can lose sight of the process, being fulfilled in the little moments. So when it comes to fulfillment, I think it's really powerful to take this perspective of having appreciation, gratitude, fulfillment, bliss, happiness every step of the journey. So if you're an entrepreneur, maybe waiting to become a millionaire with your business is something that a lot of people want to achieve. You may wait to feel happy. You may wait to feel fulfilled at that point. But it's really important to find the fulfillment, the gratitude, the appreciation every step of the journey. With every client that you enroll, with every product that you sell, with every breakthrough you help people achieve. So it's really about enjoying the journey and embracing it on the path to achieving the goals, the dreams, the success that you dream about.
Right. That's beautiful. That's powerful. Now, we're talking about a fulfilling life. We talked about a couple of stuff already. Now, it's all about finding happiness in the things we do and enjoying the journey. But what do you think about people who attach their fulfillment to maybe material things? Like they just keep chasing and chasing. They are never really satisfied or happy. Their version of happiness is till I get this, till I get that, till I'm able to do this, till I'm able to do that. So what will you say about that?
Yeah, I think it's really important to acknowledge where that comes from. And I think the way that society is set up and the way that society explains success. So I kind of talk about this in my book, but there's kind of like this checklist that everybody wants to accomplish to achieve success, right? So you go to school, you finish high school, you continue your education, you get some sort of degree, certificate, and then from there, you're supposed to get this job that you're going to make so much money so you can buy a house, you can have a family, right? And then when you retire, you can travel the world, have fun, explore your dreams. That's kind of like the conventional way that society has kind of set it up, really getting caught up on the material, external motivators of success. But what I really help my clients to dive into is really looking at the deeper meaning of what does that provide for you? Is it a sense of freedom? Is it a sense of peace? Is it happiness? Is it fulfillment? Whatever it may be. And really looking, how can you achieve all of those states that you desire most in the present moment, every step of the journey, and make this sense of success come from within, from the internal experience of life versus having to have that external validation. Because a lot of people are like, once I have a lot of money, once I have 6 figures, once I have $1 million, then I'll be happy. But then that's living a life that you're focused only on the external validation instead of really focusing in on what's the deeper meaning behind it for you.
Okay, talked about how we can actually live a life of impact and fulfillment by not just focusing on the external validation that the process brings to us. So I was saying that if you can give us some steps, regardless of where we are right now in our life or the stage we currently are in life. So are there things we can do to help us enhance that feeling of fulfillment in our lives on a daily basis?
Yeah, so I think it's important to be clear of what that fulfilling life and business is going to look like for you, really having a crystal clear vision that you can connect with on a daily basis so that you're focused, you're motivated, you have this passion to be able to achieve it. And alongside of that, it's really looking to embrace the season of life that you're in, what step you are to achieving the goal and the vision, and really seeing that every step of the journey is all happening for your best good, for helping you to achieve that end goal. So it's having this, glass that you put on with this sense of appreciation and gratitude for whatever step of the journey is. And on the process of doing that, bringing so much fun into the process and so much joy into the process. And really looking at all the wins, right? So for example, say that you are a service-based business or even a product business that you post online. And say, for example, maybe you're not hitting the target goals, the end goals that you want to achieve, but maybe you made your first sale, right? It's like celebrating that sale as if you won. You got that $1 million or you hit whatever goal it is, you got that, right? So it's like creating that appreciation and fulfillment in every step of the process. So I would say it's a combination of having that clarity of that vision, but it's also having that appreciation, gratitude, and an empowerment perspective every step of the path.
Wow, that's really amazing. And I love the way you just drive home the point. So I wanted to share your experience with us because I believe our stories could change people's lives. So for you, what's the most fulfilling part of your business? What is the most fulfilling part of your business? I believe sharing this with us will help us to have an idea of what to look out for when we're talking about a fulfilling life and a successful business.
Yeah, so I think my most fulfilling part of my business and just all that I do is those light bulb moments that I help my clients have, like when they're doing the work, when they're applying the homework and they get those breakthroughs, seeing that happen and knowing that I play a part in creating that is just so fulfilling on so many levels.
Wow. All right. That's really awesome and that's great. And I really love the fact that your focus is on helping people. Your focus is on impacting lives and not just about the reward or the external gain you can get from that. So I believe that that's the most important thing we should actually focus on when we're actually trying to build a business like this. So my next question will be, how did you actually create this business? How did you build it from scratch? What were the process you had to follow? How long did it take for you to be able to achieve this level of success you're actually enjoying right now?
Yes. So from a very young age, I knew I wanted to make a difference in the world. I didn't know what that meant. I went to school for psychology because I thought I'd be a psychologist or a teacher, but halfway through my degree, I felt like there was something more. Funny enough, I was over in Africa, in Namibia, at an after-school program volunteering and helping kids. And I started to fall in love with mentorship because I was really helping them to improve their lives. But when I got home to Canada, I thought, I need to achieve success to make my family happy, take over the family business. So I was in corporate, I was in insurance for a while, but every day I was kind of daydreaming about helping people and making a difference. So I ended up leaving corporate, kind of accidentally fell into personal development, started working on myself, really improving improving my life. And I realized this would be a powerful way to help people and make a difference in the world and feel fulfilled for myself. So I started my first business when I was 20 years old, making vision boards, workshops for kids in schools and community centers here in Canada. And then, so I was in that for a few years. I had a business partner, and then we ended up going our separate ways. And from this place, I really got down deep and understood what did I want to help with. So I went on my own, created my own business similar to what exists here today. And within 6 months of going live with the business, I was able to replace my income that I was making in a sales and marketing job and became a full-time entrepreneur. The process was very interesting. It was a lot of internal work and understanding how I wanted to make an impact on the world. And looking at my story and looking at all the things that I overcame on my journey and really morphed them and created this beautiful program and offering that I have today. So I did work with mentors. I learned how to market myself online, social media strategy. And within that 6 months of becoming full-time, I left my full-time job. I took my laptop and I started to travel the world and build my business. It's been a beautiful journey the past 5 years to really bring this to life as it is now. And it's just so fulfilling and brings me so much love and joy to be able to serve the world in this way.
All right. Your story is really amazing. As you were talking, I was just imagining it in my head. I was like, wow, this should be really amazing.
Thank you.
Okay. If I get your story correctly, one thing I've learned from what you just shared is clarity. Mm-hmm. It took you a bit of time to know what you really wanted to do with your life. And I believe this is where most people are finding it really difficult in life. They don't really know what they do or what they are capable of or what they want to do. So they are a bit frustrated with their life. So is there any advice you would love to give to anyone who might be in those shoes or going through the same process?
Yeah, I could saying yes to opportunities, right? Like if I didn't go to Namibia, Africa to volunteer, if I didn't meet my business partner, if I didn't, follow my intuition and my gut that was telling me to leave the corporate job, I wouldn't be here. So it can feel very daunting. It feel very big to find your purpose in life and what you want to do with the rest of your life. But I would say if you just look at it in a playful way and be curious and say yes to opportunities, there can be things that can lead you to where you are destined to be. So I would say just say yes to the opportunities and really surrender to the fact that you're not going to do one thing for the rest of your life. I think the rest of our life, but now in this frame in time and this moment in time, we have this ability to be able to grow and evolve and allow our careers and allow our lives to grow and evolve with us. So really focus on the present moment. What's going to bring me so much joy right now in my life? What do I feel like my purpose is in life right now in this minute, and allow it to grow and evolve with you? Because in my business, I started initially with productivity and goal setting. Then I started focusing exclusively on clarity, and now it's fulfillment. So as I've grown, my business and my purpose has grown with me. So allow that process to unfold for you too.
Now, I believe some people who are listening to this podcast right now will be curious to know how they can actually start the process. They heard the story, they've learned, and they're like, okay, how can I really do this? I'm really interested in building a fulfilling life and a successful business. Where do I start from? So I would just love you to give us something on that.
Yes, sir. So I would say start with the vision. Start with what do you want that fulfilling life and business to look like? What do you want your life to be like in the day-to-day moments, every step of the journey? So is it you're waking up every day, you're excited about life, you have like a beautiful fitness routine, a morning routine, and then you go and work on your business and you spend time with your family? Really paint that picture so it's super crystal clear. And then focus on one part of that you want to focus on in the here and now. So for example, if it's business, you want to start your business and you want to start with your social media page. Come up with a tangible goal that isn't so big that you can focus on now. Then grab a pen and paper. Write down all the steps that you think that you would need to do to achieve that goal. So for example, if it's a social media page, you want to have 1,000 Instagram followers, for example. Okay, so to be able to do that, what do I need to do? The baby steps could be, I need a profile picture. I need something to go in my bio. I need something like Linktree that I can put on my link. I need to figure out my brand colors, whatever it may be. Write all those baby steps on a piece of paper and then choose 3 to start with and label them 1, 2, 3. And then choose the first one that you're going to start with, circle circle and start, what I call my circle and start method to help you get there. So in summary, focus on that vision, start to uncover what you want it to look like, create a first goal that you're going to focus on, and then do the circle and start method to help you get started.
Okay, that's amazing. Now, talking about business, I want to ask, what makes a business successful? Because I have a lot of people who started the business. They were really passionate at first, but 2 years down the line, they felt frustrated because things didn't really work out the way they imagined to be. There are a lot of challenges popped up that they didn't plan for. So what actually makes a successful business, and how can you actually keep yourself in a position that even when it's not going well, you can actually do something to change the narrative of that business?
Yeah, so I think a successful business is defined differently to some people. Some people want to be millionaires, multimillionaires. Some people want to have a bunch of Instagram followers. Some people just want to change one person's life, right? So I think in terms of business success, it's not really one type of definition that you can use for everyone. But I will say that I feel like the businesses that stand the test of time have a greater purpose and mission. They're not just focused on the external validation, but they're focused on the internal of what that's going to do for them and how they're going to impact the world. But for people that are looking to be in this for the long haul, it's a lot of mindset work. You know, when you're being a business owner, all of your demons, all of the scary things that are holding you back really come to the surface. So I think it's really important to have support of a coach, a therapist, whatever it may be. So when all those fears come up along the way, that you're able to move through them. So I think what has allowed me to be in business for 5 years and get to the level of success I have is really being focused on making the impact and being leading with that. And then also all of the fears that come up, addressing them and healing them so I can really focus on that greater mission.
Okay, all right. I'm really learning a lot also, and I hope those who are listening are also learning. Okay, I just want to ask one final question. I know every opportunity comes with distraction. That's what I've noticed most times in my life, and I've observed in other people's life as well. So an inability to deal with those distractions will lead you down the drain. It will become difficult for you to actually build. So how can we actually handle distraction?
Yeah, so I think it's really looking at what are those distractions for you. Is it your social media notifications? Is it your family, friends? Is it people are inviting you to go out to parties every weekend and you spend all your time there? Is it, like your family's interrupting you when you're trying to work? Look at those distractions and acknowledge them, and then look for solutions for them that you can apply. So for example, with your family barging in when you're working, maybe if you have kids or, there's people that are bothering you, maybe it's taking care of them first and putting a do not disturb sign on their door and telling them, hey, I'm going to be busy from this time to this time. Really about setting the boundaries. So I think boundaries are the key to overcoming distractions. Maybe if it's social media or notifications or people calling you, it's learning to put your phone on do not disturb when you're in the working hours, so you're not going to have those notifications that are going to be interrupting you. So it's really looking for simple solutions to the things that are distracting you, but it all starts with becoming aware of what those things are.
Okay, that's amazing. That's really, really amazing. And I really love the way you provide a solution to the problem. Okay, I know you also have a podcast, the Fulfilled Female Entrepreneur Podcast. So I would love you to just tell us a little bit about the podcast for those who might want to join the family, for those who want to hear more from you. So just give us a brief overview of what the podcast is about, and also about your business for those who are interested in what you do.
Yeah. So I have a podcast, like you said, called Fulfilled Female Entrepreneur that's really created to help people to achieve fulfilling lives and businesses. So there are solo episodes, and I have guests come on and they talk about what fulfillment means to them, what's the most fulfilling part of their work, and then showcase their area of expertise. So I have topics on spirituality, on business, on personal development, mindset. So it's a big holistic approach to help you to achieve that fulfillment. When it comes to what I do with my coaching, I have a signature program called Fulfilled Femme Entrepreneur, which is a 3 to 6 month experience to help you to create a fulfilling life in business, in which we really focus on 6 main areas. We focus on clarity of what it is that you want to create for your life and that fulfillment, confidence, helping you embody it so that you can take action. Then we focus on connecting to your intuition to allow it to be your guide, captivating the world with your mission, creating that business, starting to get started, and then consistently showing up. So kind of like what you said earlier, that you can be in business for a long time and you can build that resilience. So it is coaching. We do tools live on the calls. And then I incorporate things like meditation and different practices like NLP to be able to help you to heal on all levels and create that fulfillment for you. So the best ways to kind of connect and learn more, you can go to CassandraRosa.com. There is a great plethora of information there, including my podcast, including the book, and the ways to work with me.
That's awesome. Now, the podcast, is it for everyone or just females, or is it open to everyone, or just targeted at women and females?
The majority of my clients are women, but there are people, everyone that listens.
Okay.
Everyone's welcome.
All right.
Everyone's welcome.
All right. So, lastly, we'll just talk about your book. I know you've written a couple of books, so I just want to tell us about the book, then how we can get the books and what the book are about.
Yeah. So I have one book. It's called Now What? Create the Clarity to Achieve Your Dreams. It's available on Amazon. If you go on my website, there's a link there that will direct you to whatever Amazon is near you so you can purchase the book. This book is really created to help you navigate the now what moments when you feel like there's more that you want to achieve out of life and you don't know where to start. So it helps you with clarity, confidence, and taking the action to make those dreams a reality. So it's filled with my personal stories as well. It's a workbook so that you can take a pen and you can fill out the exercises as you move through the book. So a lot of people have had massive breakthroughs from it, and it would be amazing for you to pick up a copy.
All right. That's great. So if you're listening to this podcast, all the links you need to get in touch with Cassandra Rosa will be in the description of the podcast. Whatever platform you are listening from, please just check it out. I believe that it will really help you to better your life. It will really help you to build an exceptional life, and it will help you gain clarity and help you to build a business, a sustainable business that will make you happy at the end of the day. So to Cassandra, thank you so much for everything you said today. It was really amazing, and I want to believe a lot of people have gotten value from this episode alone. So I don't know, is there any question you want to ask? Anything you want to, maybe like summary before we go?
No, I think you did. I think we had a lot of good points. I just want to thank you for having me on this.
All right, thank you. All right, so guys, thank you so much for listening. If you've listened from the beginning, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So till next time, I want you to stay tuned, stay empowered, and keep going, keep building your life till you reach your goals. Do not stop, do not give up, do not be discouraged, just keep at it. I believe you eventually get there. This is the Life Up Podcast, and we are committed to giving you tips that will help you live an upgraded version of your life on a daily basis. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next week.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.